Is May 28th, and my name is Right Reverend Laurie Denman. I am the temple keeper for Chosen Path Church, but I am also an elder and archpriestess of the Carillion Nativist tradition. And with me today, I have my co host, Reverend Silas. Silas,
Hello.
hi.
Hello, I'm Reverend Silas, and I am the head of the temple for Mystical Rainbow Temple, assistant dean of mentors in the witch school, and all around just love to learn.
And who do we have with us today?
And with us today, we have Reverend Phoenix.
Good morning, Reverend Phoenix. Good morning, Reverend Phoenix.
Morning, Reverend Phoenix. Reverend Phoenix comes to us from Buenos Aires, Argentina. He is a first degree priest in the Correllian tradition with us and is getting started on his second degree studies. Um, he also does tarot, and you can find him just about every Wednesday on live on Instagram doing tarot readings. He also teaches various tarot classes as well, and oracle classes. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about you, Phoenix?
We're not getting your sound, Phoenix.
No, we don't hear you yet. Okay.
Still no sound.
If you go to the settings, sometimes I had to do that with mine.
Well, he was working earlier.
Yeah, he was.
Well, sorry, everyone. Just one moment while we get this technical difficulty straightened out.
If you check on the where it has the settings.
His microphone is open, so it is from his end.
Okay. So if you check the settings and look there, make sure that the microphone is choosing the correct one. I had that problem with mine this morning. Buenos dias. Hello, Laura. Happy Sunday, Bradley. And what do you think, Phoenix? Do you see the problem? No.
Good morning, Miss Mike Pino. Oh,
Yes.
we have you now.
Yay, we hear you. Uh-oh.
Breaking up just a little bit.
Right now, you can.
I think he's having some connection issues.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You're freezing up, Lord Phoenix, Reverend Phoenix.
Uh-oh.
And now we lost him. Good morning, Gwendolyn.
Good morning, Gwendolyn.
Bradley, I just want to congratulate you on yet another wonderful poem that you've written about your spiritual journey.
Yeah, he really does have some wonderful some wonderful work.
He
Um,
does.
yeah, so one really neat thing coming forward in the Corellian Times, we've actually created a section to showcase some of these wonderful poems. It's
Wonderful.
going to be called the Creative Corner.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about the Carillion Times while we have the time?
Sure, absolutely. So the Corellian Times, we're always accepting work. So if you want to write, if you love writing, send something to us. We'll be more than happy to take a look at it and see what we can do. Um, so we've been doing it was as a reboot of the paper that Lady Windy originally did for quite a number of years. So when you read it, if you look at the very top of it, we actually list her, giving her credit for the paper, the very first thing,
Very
beloved Wendy.
cool.
But the paper, I love the paper. I love how we continue to try and keep it nice and fresh. And what I mean by that is probably 6, 7 months ago, we reorganized it so it was in a more user-friendly format. Um, we have added sections, changed names of sections so it flows a little bit different. There was a section that was just called like Herb of the Month or something like that, and then we changed that to Demeter's Garden. And just I like we try to keep it fresh, um, so that it keeps it interesting for everybody. Um,
It is a very long paper. It's
it
not a short read. So
No, it's about
it's
40,
something,
usually about 40 pages or so.
yeah, so it's something that you can read a little bit each day and, kind of let it sink in and do that kind of stuff.
Yes, yes. So one thing that we'd like to do, but I'm just not that good in Google Docs. So if anybody out there in virtual land is really amazing with Google Docs and is really good at adding table of contents, I definitely want to add that in there. And I tried it a little bit. Um, uh, Stacy's tried it. She is the editor in chief, and she's tried it, and we just didn't really have a whole lot of success. Um,
Yeah,
so if
I've
there's
never
somebody that's
tried.
really good at that the table of contents, because it is a feature on Google Docs, but I just
Yeah.
you
I,
know Gen X, we're good with technology, but only to a certain point.
yeah, I've never tried to link internally in Google Docs. I've only done external links. But that would be very helpful that if you could go to the table of contents at the beginning and then, hit the things that you are highly interested in right away,
Hmm.
that would be very convenient. Or
Yeah,
even going through back issues, if you've got the table of contents there, you can kind of see if you're hunting for something that you were looking for. I know
right,
that
right.
I take the English version because I know it comes out in many languages.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Right now, English and Spanish.
and I take that and link it on Chosen Path Church's public portion of our website so that people that might be interested in joining Chosen Path Church can learn a little bit more about the tradition and see some of the resources that we have available to support our membership,
Yep.
engage with our membership.
Yep, we have a nice several sections in a divination area, uh, stone of the month, magical animal that we used to call totem animal of the month, and so we've to try and keep it nice and fresh, we've changed that name. Um, there's a tarot corner, which I love writing the tarot corner. The tarot corner, I switch it up a little bit every now and then. One month I'll have a tarot spell. I've featured different spreads. I've just talked about the tarot. So like I like I like variety. I've always been a variety kind of person, which is why my toes are always in a lot of different things, and I don't know how to say no.
You do have a lot on your plate. Were you able
I
to
just
send that new link to Reverend Phoenix?
I did send it to him. I did send it to him. He is in the waiting room.
There he is.
There we go.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Got him now. Yay.
Now you can
Yay.
hear me. Now is everything okay?
Yes.
Absolutely. Welcome back, my friend. So
Well,
go ahead and for
I
some
accessed
people
it
that
from my phone because I don't know what happened with the PC, with the computer, and I don't know what happened. So right now it's right here. So
that's
I'm
okay.
so sorry. I'm so sorry with all of you.
We are happy that you're here. So for some of the people in our audience that don't know you, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Okay, okay, right now. Well, first of all, I say to you before, but thank you so much for this opportunity because this is a great, and this is my humble greetings to you because I love the tradition, I love everything. So. I am Reverend Phoenix from Venezuela. Right now, I live on Argentina, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Um, I'm having my Corellian path since 2018. 2018, yeah. And right now, I work from the holistic things, tarot. I go class. I can teach. I teach in everything about that, about the tarot, pendulum, and everything was inspired with the tradition to join all of this war and working on this. Right now, I want to create my own sanctuary here in Buenos Aires to found to find new people to the tradition. Right now, right here in Latin America, because it's not so much active here in Argentina, but I want to grow in this. So this is me. This is my life. This is basically. I'm not nervous.
And you recently chartered your Witton, did you not? Your Witton shrine?
What?
He has the paperwork to get that started.
Ah,
So
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 tell
we're
us
in the
a little
process.
bit about your hopes and dreams for the shrine.
Yes, that's right. Well, this is me, and I don't know. Can I answer in Spanish, right? Because
Sí, sí, claro.
because there is my mother and my friends over there, so
Sí, sí,
I
sí,
want to
claro, no hay
translate that.
problema.
Okay. Bueno, soy
Hola,
Reverendo
Karina.
Fénix, soy venezolano, de Venezuela, pero en este momento estoy en Buenos Aires, Argentina. Trabajo de lo que son todo lo que es lo holístico, tarot, doy clases, péndulo, todas estas cosas. Y aparte, bueno, crezco dentro de la tradición. Soy parte desde 2018. Mi primer grado lo obtuve el año pasado, justamente un 31 de octubre. In the Samhain party.
At when he completed his first degree.
On Samhain. Y bueno, estoy acá creciendo con la tradición. Quiero fundar un santuario acá en Buenos Aires para expandir lo que sería la tradición correliana en Latinoamérica.
All right, very good.
Like to translate that for us a little bit?
So it's basically everything he already just said.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're just catching up then. Okay.
Yep. Just the only new information there was that he had his initiation for his first degree at Samhain.
Oh, what a great time to have a first degree initiation.
Yes, especially for the theme on that. So I love that even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So yes, so happy to have you here, Reverend Phoenix. Also, so nice to know you. Very good friend of lots of people here in the tradition as well. And getting started on your second degree, what kind of things do you like to do when you're not taroting and stuff? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
When I know what? I'm sorry, what?
When you're not working, what do you like to do?
What I like to do. Basically, I'm a music lover. Yes, I can play music every day. My world is like a big video game with so much music backgrounds, and that's basically my outer space. But in my other things, I work so much because I am a migrant. So I have to work and work and work. But the tradition took me that I can work and I can live with the things that I love. So I working right now I'm a body combat coach, but I'm doing the thing. Right now I have my final test, so it's not this is not the appearance, but I do so much exercise. I spend so much time in the gym and working on that because I love the physical exercise. So I have these two works, and basically all my day is on that. Right now I'm open my new podcast on Instagram. It's called El Caldero Chispeante, that I can make fun with a friend, and we just explain some things with goofy things, goofy words. So I have so much projects in my head that there is no much free time. So I'm not rich, but I have so much fun with all my life right now because I don't want to throw so much flowers, but I learned so much about that, about enjoy myself with the tradition.
I love that. I love that. Life really is just about having fun, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think, Lori?
What you do, you'll always have fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sorry for my broken English. I'm new with this.
Well, your English is much better than some people who have it as their first language.
Oh, thank you. This is my course.
So, how did you find the Carillion tradition if it's not very well known?
Well, in Venezuela, there was just one temple that is Tierra de Gracia. I have my first encounter with them, and there is so much friends over there. There is Reverend Britannia, Laura, is over there with the people, and I had so much friends over there, and I knew the tradition. I meet the tradition. I meet people like my mentor right here, Fred Silas. Hello.
Hello.
And I did my first degree in like 4 years because I was when I entered on the tradition was online. I met the people online, and I was living on the north of Brazil. That was my first migrant process, and I live with Adventist people, so I could not do so much things with that because it was so much. I was the only one witch, so I was hello, I'm the witch.
Yeah.
I cannot celebrate. And so I migrated to Buenos Aires. I started when I first moved on alone, and I started like that. And it was in the pandemic, and 2020, yeah. And that I officially started my first degree on 2020. I meted the tradition in 2018, but it was in the pandemic time that I grow up with this, that I full spend so much time on this. So I made that. I'm so glad that there is another temples in Venezuela like Rueda de Plata. They are my friends, and we grow too because there is Laura in España. She's Venezuelan too. So she have the sanctuary of Yggdrasil. So I want to found my own sanctuary. I have the name, I have the sigil. So I just need to send all the documents to do it. So we grow up so much in Latin America for that, and with the help of my teacher here, hello, we grow so much.
Yeah, actually, Latin and South America are our fastest growing areas. One of the hats I wear is I am Master of Records for the Mother Temple. So I see all the outer court applications and the clergy applications, and excuse me, I see all the membership applications and the clergy applications, and I track them. Where are they coming from? And South America and Central America are just booming. People are very, very interested. The temples are very, very good about getting people to go ahead and register as members, even if they're not studying for clergy, to become members. So, yes, I wish you much success with your shrine once you have it up and running. There are a lot of very successful temples in those areas of the world, and brainstorm with them. I know one of the things I enjoyed doing so much when I visited with our Greek brothers and sisters last winter was seeing how they did things to accommodate the difference in languages, the difference in culture. And that's one of the things that makes me love the tradition is it's not a set way. Each temple has its own personality, its own way of doing things. You have that freedom to make it really meaningful locally. So you go get them and use those resources as people that are already doing what you want to do. Not saying you have to do it like they do it, but just what works, what didn't work, best practices, and then make it your own.
Yeah, it's all the learning and growth process.
Mm-hmm.
It's
what
like
works
that.
for one, what doesn't work for another person.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
Will you have a virtual component to your temple, or will it only be physical?
Well, it is growing, and I started with the people, with my students on the tarot and the things, and I have my followers. So I just started a WhatsApp group, and I talked to them because I went to the other town, and it's not so much time from here. But I have so much people in a town called in a city, right? Called La Plata, here in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. So there is so much people that wanted to become from the tradition, because they study another ways about Wicca and everything, and they say that they found me and they love it the way that I explain the things, because I am like rainbows and unicorns and something like that. But I told them that I'm so cute in the classroom because you pay me.
I love that.
But in the own personal way of a warlock, a witch, a Wiccan, a Corellian, there is a path of shadows that you have to see, that you have to go through. You will have my helping hand, but there is no so much rainbows and unicorns. You need to see your own shadows and grow up like I did, because I went to there. So you will be the same, but I want you to be aware about that. Don't worry, you will have me, but it's an own personal path. I will join you when I can. Well, I can. Yeah, but it will be. It's not a horse.
Yep.
It's not a horse.
Yeah,
It's a dragon.
That's what I try to. I do a lot of hands off when it comes to my mentoring. I throw myself as support, see if they have questions or anything, but it's a very individualized thing. So I am very much hands off. It's just, how are you doing? Do you have any questions? How are the exercises? Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
Um,
everybody's personal journey.
yeah.
It's not the same for any two people.
Yep.
We've got Jim Sayers and Lady Ebony has joined us. Good morning.
Good morning. And and Bradley, thank you for those lovely words.
Good morning.
Also, a side note, Reverend Phoenix, Lady Stephanie did say that she had a lovely time meeting you last night.
Yes, yes, I did. It was like seeing Cher or Madonna. I don't know. For every gay people, there is like, oh my
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
god. So, may I explain some things about what I say? It's short because there is my mom and my dad in the chat. They are talking from Venezuela. The connection is no good because we all know what happened in Venezuela. So I want to explain because they are sharing the love because they don't share the religion. So this is so support to me that they are here. My dad understands me, but I want to explain in Spanish. Can I?
Absolutely.
Well, bueno, principalmente, bueno, desde un resumen desde lo anterior, comencé en 2018, pero mi verdadero camino comenzó en 2020 con la pandemia. Todos aprovechamos la pandemia para eso. Entonces, bueno, crecí, perdón, y ahí fue cuando obtuve mi primer grado el año pasado, el 31 de octubre, como había dicho. Bueno, de ahí conocí grandes amigos como la reverenda Britania que está allí, Laura en España, como Laura en América, bueno, Laura en España. Entonces, nada, crecí a través de lo que ha sido lo que es la tradición y todo eso. He estado acá y me dedico simplemente a lo que son las mancias porque la tradición me enseñó a crecer dentro de ello y a hacer lo que a mí me gusta. Y hoy en día hago lo que a mí me gusta. Trabajo de esto y al mismo tiempo estoy haciendo formaciones en Body Combat. De hecho, presento el examen final ahorita el sábado. Dios. Entonces, estoy en todas estas situaciones con estos amigos, fundando lo que son estos templos, expandiendo lo que es la tradición correliana en Latinoamérica y enseñando a la gente que también puede hacerlo, que a diferencia de lo que es mi trabajo y fundando lo que es este círculo, voy a enseñarles a ellos a que no es totalmente corazones y unicornios, sino que su verdadero camino personal tiene sus sombras y sus cosas. Yo voy a estar ahí con ellos mientras pueda, pero va a ser algo personal. ¿Por qué? Porque me he reunido con estas personas que han sido mis estudiantes para poder fundar lo que sería el santuario que quiero hacer acá en Argentina. That's all. I'm sorry.
Perfecto, listo. So, tell us more about that combat class. Like, what's that consist of? Those exercise classes you're doing. I think you said you're getting a certification to teach that too, correct? Is that what I understood before when we talked?
Well, you're talking about my second degree, or?
No, the combat, the exercise class. Los ejercicios.
The exercise, well, I have my final test right now in the next week. Was the last week were 16 hours of exercise, continuing. So I went there last Sunday. One friend picked me up from the gym and took me to his house, and I died. I died in bed. I just died.
Literally.
I was practicing. What?
Literally.
Literally. So it's like the Phoenix. I died and rebirth. So, there is a choreography that we have to train to do one class, one theme, yeah, one track. We call it track. One track, so we can teach. After that, we graduate, and I can work on the jeans with this.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Go ahead, tell your mama that too.
Right. So during your journey, who's been most influential? Who influenced you the
Wow,
most? Like
wow.
influence, yeah.
Well, my first and best influence were Lady Ira. Uh,
I love that.
is the is the first Spanish talking contact that we have. Well, I investigate a little bit of her the first time, and I was like, oh my god, and I wanted to be like her when I grow up. So later, the expansion of my knowledge, because I'm a bilingual since 2015, yeah. But I was out of practice. I don't know what happened right now because this is not me who is talking about who is talking. I don't know what kind of spirit possessed me that I can't speak in English fluently because I'm so nervous, and I just spend my time investigating everyone. So right now, I can say that my all influence are all of you, because for me it's like a selfish to say this one, because everyone have this personal way, this personal path, so I can learn from everyone. So I understand my own individuality. So that was like for me a hard thing to do, because tradition took me like everything that my own individuality is okay. It is okay. So I want that. I want that. I want to be like all of you, like to grow up and have my own eldership here in Latin America. So I have to say that all the tradition. And right now, please don't spell me. Reverend Silas is my inspiration. He's my mentor. So please don't spell me.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to translate that for your Spanish speaking audience, Reverend Phoenix?
Oh, thank you, thank you. Bueno, mi inspiración principal fue Lady Aira porque, bueno, la primera hispanohablante que yo conocí fue ella, sí, que tenía todos estos cargos, todo esto, y dije, wow, cuando sea grande quiero ser como ella. Entonces, bueno, crecí, fui viendo y fui investigando, expandiendo mis conocimientos también en el inglés para poder investigar los blogs, The Correllian Times Magazine, too. I was so into it. La revista correliana, estuve en todo eso y hoy en día digo que mis inspiraciones son todos, porque cada uno tiene un camino espiritual distinto que puede enseñarme, ya que la tradición correliana te enseña lo que es la individualidad. Y eso en mi camino y en mi proceso ha sido muy bueno. Entonces, básicamente eso. Y Reverendo Silas ahora, que es mi mentor.
Sí, de acuerdo.
When you came into the tradition, you know, everybody comes for a reason. Everybody is seeking something. That's why we call people seekers. And when you're a seeker, you've got this concept of what you're looking for and what you're going to experience. How has your expectations when you entered into your journey turned out now that you've actually earned your first degree? What was the expectations versus realities that you experienced?
Well, it was so funny, and I kind of embarrassed because I started my journey with rage and a little bit of hate, because I didn't want nothing with the Christian people. I live with these Adventists. They were my best friends because I grew up with them since my childhood, my teams, And when I live with them, there is different when you spend time and when you live, right? And when I live with them, I understand so much comfort in the nothing, in the things that you can see that they are so I have my flaw. I'm not flawless. I wanted to be, but I'm not. So, but there is so much flaws in the speech, in the way to be, in everything. I have no answers. I have no nothing. They talked about love and they don't love nothing. So I wanted to be with some kind of answers, and I went with hate. And my most hard challenge is to accept that everybody has an opinion, and I have to say it with love. Yeah, I have to say, well, people is like that. I wish him love. I wish her love. So that's her or him on path. So I wanted that. I learned in the tradition that I can be my own, and I have no interest in the path of the other one. I can be and support, like I say, but it took me like this. So I wanted those answers, and like I don't know, but I was looking for loving myself first of all, for loving my own decisions, for loving my own self, to take care about myself, and not say it was your will that I go. No, it was my will. I'm here. I'm alone. I work so hard to build this because everything that is around me, it is about myself. It was so hard because I'm a migrant, and it's hard because my family is out there, is so far, and everything that I sorry
Okay.
that I challenged was alone. So tradition took me this and to love myself and my process. So
Important.
that was my seeking one.
It's funny you bring up a very good point. A lot of us, especially from the LGBTQ community, we start off coming to Wicca out of hate and sadness and rejection, because there's a lot of parts of Christianity that just don't want us, and so that's how I came to my path. Also, originally looking for something better. Um, And so it's interesting to see that viewpoint across the community, and and how we have to change our views and change our thoughts to go from that hate to love again.
Yeah, it so many pagans come to paganism because they are not necessarily seeking paganism, they're running away from
Mhm.
whatever religion they were raised in, whatever form that is, and it doesn't speak to them. It's harmful to them in the way it's being presented to them. And so one of the things that I always work with in my temple is, and one of the things that attracted me to the Correllian tradition in the first place, is that we honor all religions. Um, all religions are equally valid. If a religion speaks to someone's higher self and creates that connection to the divine, then no matter what that religion is, that's a good religion for them. Doesn't mean it has to be for us. So finding that respect again, um, is very key to self love. If we can respect other people's religious choices, it
Set.
gives us the freedom to say, I'm happy for you. I'm glad that works for you.
Mhm.
But this is what I need, and this is what I have found. And in Carillianism, I have found it. Um, it's it's very hard to unpack that baggage.
It is.
When Chosen Path was first established, our very first ritual was all about unpacking baggage. We were all there together for the first time, even though some of us had been friends for years. This was a new temple, it was a new beginning, and we needed to unpack that baggage from wherever we had been before. And a lot of the first degree process is doing that. You don't realize it when you're doing that, but that's what you're doing. You're learning about Wicca, but you're learning about it through the Corellian lens, which is very different from other Wiccan faiths.
Oh yeah.
And that allows you to accept that whoever is out there making different religious choices is just fine. It doesn't have anything to do with you. You can be your total full potential. So it's very important when you, in turn, now, as you start your shrine, to give people that place of healing, that place of safety, to be able to explore their spiritual path, no matter what it is. At Chosen Path, only about 70% of our members are actually Corellian. I even have one Christian. We just provide a safe space for anyone to explore any spirituality.
Yep.
And it's amazing how many people are comfortable doing that.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. I one of my favorite teachings from the first degree is when they teach the concept of deity and
Mm-hmm.
that it's like a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Un diamante con muchas facetas para conectar cualquier persona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, you have a diamond that I take and do sermons at other churches with the diamond, explaining deity that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah. Now, are you taking your second degree lessons or your first degree or your second degree lessons through which school, or are you doing it just through a temple?
He's doing his second degree through my temple.
Okay. Okay.
He's my mentor. He's my mentor.
Yeah. What I love about Witch School is I love that we can do all the lessons through there and everything. What I don't love about it sometimes is that for some other areas that money is on a different level,
Yeah.
that it does present a challenge when there's the monetary differences.
Yeah. At $20 a month is not the same value.
Correct.
Country to country to country, and
Right.
it's very hard to.
Right here in Argentina, it's so much money right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in Colombia too.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that we have been able to adjust the clergy fees.
I'm very, very happy
There's
about
no
that.
programming required for that. That's all manual. So
Yeah.
And in the name of I'm sorry, but in the name of all the Latin American people that are seeking this path and they are inspired in this tradition, we all thank you for everything that you do for us, because right now there is such good temple in Venezuela, that is Rueda de Plata, there is so much people interested in the tradition, and they are doing their things, and they are growing so much. And right now they are temple. In the last illustration, and they were declared temple. So it is a wonderful and it's a joyful thing to celebrate, because Venezuela has its potential, but right now it is a mess. Well, it's a 20 years mess.
Yeah, we've got strong temples in Chile and
Yeah.
other countries in South America. So, it is something that the tradition is very aware of and is trying to work hard to support. And frankly, we need more of our South American and Latin American brothers and sisters to step up and get involved at the tradition level to support that growth. We're always looking for translators. We're always looking for mentors. We're always looking for people to help us get the materials in a digestible manner for non-English speakers.
Well, right now we have a good mentor right here in this live. There is Rev Silas that is making a good and excellent work with us because he's. I met him in the Ecatesia, was yes 2 years ago. Yes.
Oh yeah, the when we did when Ira and I did the Entre la Luz y la Sombra, between the light and the shadows event. That was the Hecate and Aphrodite's festival days in August. We're going to be doing that again, probably not this year, but we're going to be doing that again probably
more events like that.
Yeah.
Jim Sayer in the comments has asked, I would love to hear how everyone is working with the spirits of the place within their respective temples and lands. What do you do pantheon wise or local custom wise? How do you incorporate that into your activities and gatherings?
Well, I love the autochthonal deities of the country and the region. Right here in Argentina, there is so much native people, but they are like so inside of the country or in the north, and it is hard. It is hard to find out, to work with that. It's like a Venezuela. Well, we were when Venezuela was declared in a proto temple under Príncipe Terion de Fira. He passed away long ago. He was working on the pantheon of the deities of Venezuela. That we know that here that was so much underground because it was replaced with the church and with African deities, and they're so much popular here. The African deities and the Africanism and everything. But there is the deities. Right now, I am incorporated what the people would like to connect, because I call myself a son of Ganesha. Sorry, I have Ganesha tattoo in my arm. Right now, I cannot show because there is so much cold. Right now, here we are entering on winter. We are in autumn, and the south is. It's opposite to you in the north, so I want not to take care of my sweater. But I got that. I discovered Ganesha on Venezuela, and I investigated about him, and it happens that a month ago I have a tattoo. So I leave the people to investigate about the connection with the deity, but I work with them. I work with their own deity, with their genie. Yeah, and with that they can inspire themselves in another pantheon, in another deity that they would like. But they have to investigate, because there is so much populace around, and I don't want that they commit the thing that I like others because it's dark. No, please investigate it. It's dark, yeah, but investigate about him.
Yeah, I always say that we don't choose the gods choose us.
Exactly.
Yes.
when you open yourself up to spirit guides, gods and goddesses, just meditate and ask.
Mhm.
I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to serve, and they'll pop up.
Mhm.
They will pop up. And one of the things I love about the tradition is it doesn't have a set pantheon.
Yep, I
Uh,
love that too.
we follow pantheons all over the world. We mix and match pantheons. Like my female deity patron is Hecate, but my male deity patron is Anubis. So they're
I love
both
that.
highly connected to the underworld, but that's not the facet that I work with. I work with Hecate about crossroads, and I work with Anubis about ego. Um, when I do my devotional in the morning, I pray to Hecate to guide me at the crossroads, and I pray to Anubis to keep those decisions made in such a manner it keeps my heart as light as a feather.
I love
Because
that.
that is how the Egyptian afterlife was judged. They believed the soul was in the heart, and it had to be as light as a feather for you to pass into the underworld and be
Oh
reborn.
yeah. Okay.
So it works for me. Doesn't have to work for anybody in my temple, but it works for me.
Right.
And so I always encourage people in Chosen Path, if you have a god or goddess representation that speaks to you, bring them in. Let's put them on the God wall.
Right.
You know what's interesting? Sometimes I see questions. Well, how do I know that a god chose me? And my simplest answer is, if you find interest in a particular deity, that's them putting their thoughts in your head. That's how they chose you. You
They're
find
tapping on
interest
your
in that,
shoulder.
right? They're tapping on your shoulder. You find interest to find out more about a deity. That's because they've picked you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
on its basic, easiest way to understand, that's it.
well, when I found my connection with Ganesha, I love to walk so much. So I walking on the streets in the avenue in Venezuela, in my own city, Barquisimeto, and there was so much elephants on the publicity, and how elephant there, elephant there, elephant, what happened? The elephant city. So I just went to my computer, to my phone, and everything sends me about Ganesha. And I know that Ganesha is a popular deity outside of the India, but it was so much, right? Right now there is not so much publicity about that right now in my life because I haven't, and there was so much, and I talked to him in a meditation, and I say, "What's up? What do you want? Do you want me? Okay,
I love that.
okay, I will like it." And I felt like Ganesha's love. Ganesha is like so much love when I talk to him. So I just say, and I just feel sorry, so much love that he has because I don't know. It was a good connection. It was like a love at the first time, and like that. It was so beautiful until today.
People are sharing in the chat that that's exactly the experience that they've had, that the god comes to them and taps them on the shoulder and says hello.
Yep.
Anubis actually came to me in a ritual that I was not leading. I was just a participant in, but they had invoked him, and instead of going to the altar, he came straight to me, and we were like nose to nose, and I'm like, hello, yes sir.
Very nice. You will hear me now.
Got the
Right? Oh, I
Like
love
that,
that.
like that.
I love
So
that.
we've got about 5 minutes left. So what are some ways that people joining us today or watching the video in the future can reach out to you or see your work or support you? How can they come to your circle of
Well, my social media, my principal social media, it is Instagram, El Fénix de Cristal, together.
Yeah. And it
Eh,
is Phoenix spelled the Spanish way, F-E-N-I-X.
Exacto. El Fénix de Cristal. Todo el mundo que ha accedido, tanto en inglés como en español, puede acceder a lo que sería el arrobeo del Fénix de Cristal. Ese es el principal. Y luego vamos a tener lo que sería la página del santuario. Everybody around the world that are watching us, there is the page, El Fénix de Cristal, everything in Spanish. And they can join there and they can see my work, my teachings, my daily post and everything. I am like a comedian and a holistic professional because I wanted to be different and I wanted to show the people that we are not just no, we are normal people that making jokes, that do things, and we are humans, and we can share.
sense of humor. They do.
Kind of like me at the Sacred Sea Temple, right?
Yeah.
Right, Mike Neal out there.
And that's the way your style, because I think that the humor, the laughs and everything help you to cross the things, because that was my path. I found a safe place in the humor, in laughing, in learning about that, and I want to share the people about that. I wanted the people laugh. I wanted the people enjoy, even if they are crossing a hard path. So I will be there making love, because you all, well, you need that. You need to make him fun.
We do.
Yes,
We can never
yes, we
have
do.
too much love. Um, do you want to translate that for your mom?
Ah, vamos. Bueno, yo quiero expandir lo que sería la enseñanza del humor a través de lo que son estos caminos. No quiero que todos seamos siempre como ese camino serio, ese camino elevado, que como que muestran siempre del holístico. Y me gustaría más que la gente supiera que todos tenemos sentido del humor y que a través de la comedia y el humor y todo esto podamos encontrar también nuestro camino holístico, recordando que somos humanos, que somos seres que sentimos, y que aunque nuestro camino espiritual nos enseña también a mantener lo que sea, lo que son nuestras emociones, no en un control, sino más bien como en un sitio seguro o en un sitio bien para cada uno. Podemos expresarnos, podemos ser humanos, y entonces quiero enseñar eso en lo que sería mi camino, en lo que sería mi tipo de enseñanza, la personalidad. Entender que todos somos humanos y que todos tenemos este humor, y que no importa qué tan duro sea tu camino, puedes reír, puedes divertirte, y esa es la idea. Eso es lo que quiero enseñar.
Wonderful.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Mom.
Hi, mommy.
Hi,
We
hola.
want to thank you for joining us today. The time has just flown by. You've been so wonderful, so engaging. We want to thank all of our audience people that have joined us live and added to the comments. Thank you ever so much. We appreciate each and every one of you. When we send out the advertisements, if you'll share them around, that will help a lot growing the audience for the show. And if you have any ideas on who you would like to see on the show, please feel free to email us at International Pagan World Cafe @gmail.com and give us a suggestion, and we will see when we can get them into the rotation. Our next show is Sunday, June 25th, and we are going to be very blessed to have two elders with us. We will have Right Reverend Sir Ira, and we will have Right Reverend Sir Iblis with us from Spain. I just recently returned from Spain and enjoyed wonderful days with them.
I will actually see them a matter of days before the next program.
Right. So we hope that you will join us then. And thank you for supporting the show and our international Corellian family. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. See you.